Before we're joined by Mr. Barton here in just a bit, have y'all heard about deflate-gate? The Patriots football team, the New England Patriots, which will be playing against the Seattle Seahawks, in the Superbowl here in about, 2 weeks. And the Patriots were caught, cheating, deflated their balls, against the rules, straight up cheating. But what's more, and I do watch sports, even though I don't talk about it a lot, but this is a perfect example of what white privilege means. Because Tom Brady, been called one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL, an elite quarterback. It seems like is most responsible for these balls being deflated, which gives a person a competitive edge. It helps you grip the ball better, especially when it's raining. And it's easier to catch. And 10 out of 11 game balls that the Patriot offense used were deflated. And, he was asked a question by a black person. Kudos to that man. I'm still trying to get the details, but he asked Tom Brady, "Are you a cheater?" You would think that a person who's not a cheater was absolutely not. No way. I resent you even asking me that question. No, that was not Tom Brady's response. Tom Brady was like, beating around the bush and all this and that. I think he might have said no at one point, but I'm not sure. But, what's also interesting is the apologists for Tom Brady. Again, I listen to sports radio sometimes when I'm working and I'm writing and I'm doing what I do. And this one guy on the local sports radio show, he was like, "Oh, this is just a bunch of people hating on the Patriots because they've won these championships. And I know they cheated in the past with Spygate, but, there's nothing to see here. Just move along." And then, I was just watching, the television report on this, and the guy was saying, "Oh, well, what do you think about Tom Brady's response?" "Oh, well, I thought he was very likable and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah." And see, this is white privilege. Now you think about if Cam Newton, a black quarterback, or Russell Wilson, who Tom Brady will be facing in the Super Bowl, if they had been caught cheating, violating the rules, they would be calling for them to be suspended. "Oh, Russell Wilson's a cheater. You shouldn't allow him to play in the Super Bowl." Or Cam Newton, remember he got in trouble with stealing a laptop in college, and that's why he had to go to junior college and then go to Auburn. And I knew he was a poor character. Those thugs, they don't do nothing but cheat. No, that is not what you're hearing about Tom Brady. You're hearing a whole lot of apologies going on for his behavior. "Oh, everybody does it. They just don't get caught." Well, I'm not accepting that. Where's your evidence that quote unquote everybody does it? And this is standard practice in the NFL. Well, if that's the case, then, the NFL is looking pretty shady, aren't they? So, yeah. Anyway, again, I don't like to talk about sports a lot, except for when it intersects with other issues. And there is a serious issue in this country with cheating. There have been plenty of studies done that show that most of the people who get graduate at the top of their classes and go on to these so-called Ivy League schools, and even once they get in college, there have been a couple of studies that I've read where these people admit that they cheated their way through school. And so again, this is again showing you white privilege in this country, and we're told to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps as non-white people and to just work hard and study hard and you'll be successful. But the reality is a lot of people, cheat their way to that success. And so that's why I wanted to share that story about Tom Brady, and I'll continue to follow that and see what happens. The NFL is supposed to be investigating, although they've already determined that, the balls were deflated, outside of the rules. So yeah.